Hey everyone, this is Mary with Sayre Seer. This reading is for Gemini. Gemini, this is for August 1st through the 7th, 2019. Alright, let's get this started here. I've already shuffled the cards. We have the Trader. The Trader says to exchange energy to create abundance. And then we have Lord, take charge with authority. And we have Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. And finally, we have Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. Alright, so we're going to use a good tarot, and this is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. They're really cool. I like the insight that they provide, and not your regular, just your average reading. You know, it kind of incorporates a lot of different pieces of information, not just about love, not just about, just kind of gets quite a bit below the surface depths of situations, right? Alright, so let's talk about the Trader here. What information do we need about the Trader? Okay. So we have the Seven of Water reversed, and that's actually the Seven of Cups reversed. And then we're going to do the Lord here, take charge with authority, and we have the Six of Pentacles here, Six of Earth, upright. And then we're going to look at the Warrior here, be fearless and stand strong. We have the Messenger of Earth. This is going to be, these cards, sometimes it is going to be the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And then we have the Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. And we have the Two of Swords. So, the Trader, reminds us that energy exchange is really important to create abundance. Okay, so, and that could be, reciprocal behavior, like the way you treat people. And so, for example, if you want someone to listen to your ideas, then it would be wise to listen to other people's ideas. So, you reap what you sow, that kind of thing, okay? So the Seven of Cups, or Seven of Water reversed there, could be speaking of maybe at a certain time you thought you had options, okay? And now you're realizing that those options have been narrowed down, or maybe there's not really the options there were before. Or even further, that maybe you, how do I say this? We're a little bit disillusioned about what the real options for you were. So here's what that reminds me of, and you can see what you think about that. Okay, so you think you have options, and then you make decisions in your life, but the road would have led here anyway. So it's like, you're going to go to daycare. Okay, here's an example. Like, you're getting your kid ready for daycare, and they say, I don't want to go to daycare. And you say, well, what shoes do you want to wear, the red ones or the blue ones? And they say, the blue ones, but they're still going to daycare. So, sometimes the roads all lead to the same place, the same lessons, and it's just how we're going to take that road, okay? Wow, lady, that was a long way of putting it. Sometimes it is a long way of putting it, like that long road. Anyway, Lord, take charge with authority. Okay, Six of Earth. So Six of Earth reminds me of, it's a kind of like reciprocity. And so here's reciprocity, and here's a confirmation here. And you thought you had options, but the option was to do things the right way, right? Because that's where all the roads led to start thinking about doing things, treating people the way you want to be treated. You know, interesting. So Six of Earth, it's about balance in relationships, balance in time, and it's about, this is like a word, pentacles have to do with tangible items. That could be time, that could be money, that could be households, it could be property. So taking charge with authority is taking charge over those type of things in your life. Okay, are you the master of your home? Are you the master of your life? Not the master like, do what I say. No, it's, am I in charge? Am I living my life from a place of empowerment? That's what that means. I'm sure you knew that. Okay, and so the warrior, when he talks about being fearless and standing strong, and that means, being willing to fight for what you believe. So we have this messenger of Earth that's reversed. This is a Knight of Pentacles. So when the Knight of Pentacles is reversed, he is somebody that's coming in and not in an honest way. Maybe it's somebody that wants to attach to some of your belongings. You know, maybe somebody that has an eye on you taking care of them. Or they see that you've come into some money, and so they're going, I want some of that. Maybe it's an ex getting back together because you have come into some money and they want their stability back. See? But having equal relationships and giving and taking and making that a focus point of your life, it's not just about what you're giving, it's what others are bringing to you. And you can look at everything as, does this relationship have reciprocity in it, or am I just helping somebody, you know, and I know they're probably taking advantage of me, but, you know, I care about them. At some point, that just chips away at who we are. It really does. And I've done that plenty of times also. So I'm having to look at that myself. So, then we have the Shaolin Master here. Be graceful in movement and action. And we have the Two of Swords next to it. So, I love this. So, be graceful in movement and action while you're telling somebody, while you're taking the blindfold off of your eyes and you're saying, I don't think so. But you're trying to say it nicely, so you're treating others the way you want to be treated. But you're not coming at them with that sword. Although it is the sword of truth and decision, you've learned something. And just try not to be so sharp with the edge of that sword. I'm a Gemini too, so that's why I'm kind of giggling, because this is part of my own lesson. Sorry about my allergies here. Okay, so we're going to expand a little bit. Take a look at the Traitor and the Seven of Cups reversed. Okay, just a little bit more information on those two cards, please. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So something may have happened when you had options taken away from you. Here's an example. Maybe you got fired or laid off from a job that you really hated anyway, and you were really tired of it. You go, I can't never leave. Or maybe somebody made the decision to stop being in a relationship with you, or just one day quit. Maybe a best friend just stopped coming over, or quit calling, wouldn't answer text or whatever. So this ended the cycle. And even though the lesson, even though the lesson ended and it didn't feel good. It wasn't you that ended it in a good way, like, woohoo, I learned my lesson. I mean, I passed the test. It doesn't feel as good when the Wheel of Fortune is upside down. But your fate, it still changed your fate, okay? It didn't seem like it was lucky. It didn't seem like it was good karma at the time. But really, it's more like a change of direction, not a change in the lesson. I'm sorry. But I heard you. And it changed your fate in a good way. It didn't seem like it at the time. It was like, well, why? But then down the road, you realize that it was putting you in a place where the relationships that were left were equal give and take, okay? That way it was easier to clear the path for more of that. Because when you have less chaos, you can see things more clearly. Hey, sorry about that pause. I had to get some water. I couldn't talk anymore. Okay. And my water is in the other room, so I apologize. Okay, so now we're going to look at the Lord and the Six of Earth here, or Six of Pentacles, okay? King of Swords. All right, here we go. You got the swords. Okay, so you have, Lord is telling you to take charge with authority, and here's your authority, King of Swords. And who is that? That's you, Gemini, and your power. Gemini is like a masculine sign anyway, whether we're females or males here in the 3D. And knowing your truth, speaking your truth, being your truth, living your truth, taking life from a balanced approach, weighing relationships, weighing circumstances, weighing everything, because, you know, we're thinking anyway, we might as well weigh that stuff out. And that's how we remain balanced, with weighing things and looking at things in a different place from worrying about things. Does that make sense? We take control of our lives, we weigh the situations, and we go, okay, that is that, and that is that, and that is that. And kind of pulling away from the emotional side of, why doesn't this work out? Why doesn't, it's coming back to being our own authority. It's coming back to being in charge of our lives and looking at how we got to the situation we're in, right? Okay, very good. Okay, so now we're going to look at the Knight of Pentacles and the Warrior together. Okay. So, this is really interesting. People come at us in the wrong way, okay? They want to, and this is something important that I try to say in these kind of situations is, when somebody comes at us for what they want to get from us, it's really not personal, because they do that with everyone. Does that make sense? That whether it's family, whether it's a loved one, whether it's a best friend, whether it's our child, that's just the way their relationships are, because they choose to, kind of take advantage of anybody they can. Exploit, that's the word I'm looking for, to exploit anyone, because that's like their MO. It's like, I look at everything kind of in kindness, and they look at everything in exploitation. It's just the facts. I'm not judging here. It's just the way it is. Certain people are just that way. Okay, so, and you may feel like, well, they never learn their lessons, and they don't, they just keep creating victims, and maybe they do. And maybe they don't learn the lessons, like in judgment, incorporating the lesson and moving on. But what happens to them because they don't learn? They never finish that cycle, and they relive it over and over and over again, wondering why nothing changes, in a way. But I think deep down inside most people know why. But, so what about karma? Are they getting the karma? So sorry. Well, being them is quite a bit of karma. You know what I mean? Living that way is a lot of karma. So, and a lot of times we want to see people get their karma because they really messed us over. That's just an example, you know. But they do. Them not learning the lesson and having to relive it over and over and over. And if you believe in future lives and past lives, then not only here they'll have to do it again. In another life, man, that's some karma. So, releasing the past. Be fearless and stand strong. Facing our fears. And, you know, facing our fears of releasing our pain, releasing what other people have done to us. And because we think a lot, that is not the easiest thing for an air sign to do. Because we're all about the thoughts. Okay? But know that choosing a different path, you know, it's like success is the best revenge. And it's not really revenge because it's like, by the time you're already there, you don't care because you've moved on. And I haven't got time for this. And that is the best way. Not in a like a selfish way, but I haven't got time for this because I'm living a good life. And if you want to relive this over and over, then if that makes you happy, then power to you, man. It's just not going to be done here. You see what I mean? Unless it's reciprocal, unless it's good for me and good for you, it would be wise to consider not going down that road with somebody, anybody. All right, so now we're going to look at the Shaolin Master and the Two of Air, which is the Two of Swords. And there you go. You have the High Priestess. So, be graceful in movement and action, Two of Air. Okay, so the High Priestess, really spiritual card. She has a lot of spiritual guidance. And the Shaolin Master has this piece, you know, he's got the dragon here. He's got this praying mantis, which those things are really graceful. We receive a lot of spiritual guidance. Everybody does. We're connected. We can't always tap into it because you have to be in a place of peace and you know, honoring yourself and others, because the more you do that, the more gifts you receive. So High Priestess can also mean also talk about secrets, you know, something hidden. So going through this cycle and learning and clearing up your space and doing what's right for you will help you to be able to see people's secrets. You can feel them. I mean, you can tell when they're thinking about you. Go, oh, no, don't even think about that. And they're not even picking up the phone. You see what I mean? Because you can tap into the different energies. And you know what's coming towards you before that person even knows they're going to. It's really crazy cool. Anyway, but you'll be able to see what's underneath the surface. You'll be able to tap into it if you want to. And you're spiritually guided. We're always spiritually guided. So that while you're on your path, any kind of direction, and you need help, all you have to do is ask. Pray. But this is positive. There's nothing, I mean, it's up to us whether we want to linger in the lower vibrations. And the best way to clear that up is clearing the energy around us and those who are around us. Okay, we're going to do one advice card here. I give blessings. Okay, so there you go. We give blessings when we have reciprocal relationships. Look at this. When we honor someone else, you know, when we show up with our integrity, when we show up in our power, when we know who we are, when we tell people the truth, when we expect the truth. And if we don't get it, then we say, well, okay. And we make a decision. But we give blessings just by being who we are, you know. And giving blessings is really good, like When you wake up and it's a beautiful day and you say, thank you for this beautiful day. That's giving blessings too. And telling somebody you love them, that's giving blessings. You know, saying, oh, you look really nice today. And people love that. That's giving them a blessing. You know? But only say things if you mean it. But if you see something and you think, wow, that's really nice. It's a great blessing for you to tell somebody that you appreciate them. And it's also really important if you mess up that you're accountable for that. That gives you many blessings too. Accountability. So, hey, a lot of thinking in your week as usual, Gemini. And it looks like it's going to be a lot you're going to move through. And I'm right here with you, as I'm a Gemini too. My thoughts are with you. Bye.